How's it going, everybody? So I just want to let you know that I started to shoot this video and realized I have multiple videos. So stay tuned for more after this. I kind of pre-recorded some of this, and I'm going to let you guys just jump right in talking about my favorite knife brands of 2024. And then the other videos will be covering my other favorite things of 2024. So there'll be multiple videos, and then the giveaway will be talked about a little bit more at the end of this video. So if some of the stuff doesn't quite line up, it's because I pre-recorded this and realized I had a couple videos that I was going to do, and then the kids started getting kind of like rambunctious near the end of the video. You'll hear them. So we're going to jump into this one, and then I'll kind of touch base with you guys back at the end.
Howdy y'all, and welcome back. So we are leaving the season of thanks, going into the season of giving, and rapidly approaching the end of the year. So I wanted to kind of put a bow on it nicely and do a video on my top brands of 2024. So these are going to cover things like my top knife brands, top USA made knife brands, and some other things that kind of tie into it, like EDC brands, knife accessories, so on and so forth. I'm going to be doing a giveaway too at the end of the video. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And what I've wanted to do is kind of pick some stuff from my collection. All this stuff is mine. None of this stuff was sent to me, you know, with the understanding of doing a giveaway. So these guys have no skin in the game. This is just me sharing my collection. So I'll be doing one on my Instagram too, so pay attention. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to come at this from my perspective. I am a consumer. I work in the knife industry, and I'm a member of the community. So I wanted to look at it from my lens, and these are by no means the end all be all brands. If you guys have any suggestions that I left out, which I'm sure there will be many, shout it from the rooftops in the comments. That's what the comment sections are for, and I would love to be made aware of some other brands or some other contenders. So this is just my point of view. I'm going to be looking at things like the products, the people behind the brand, the mission of the brand, contributions to the knife community, things like that. So those are really going to play the biggest parts into it. It's not going to be like the best knife or the best overall value, anything like that. But these are brands that I really connect with. And like I said, I know some of these people. I've worked with some of them on the sidelines. I don't know all of these people, but these are the ones that, for me, in 2024, have made played a big part in my purchasing decision. So without further ado, I'm going to organize some of this stuff up and get the categories kind of together. There's not going to be like a winner takes all, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be best like knife brand, honorable mentions. Who knows? We'll see. We're kind of shooting from the hips on this. So, all right. Yeah, let's get started. All right, first things first, I want to start with best USA made, USA production knife company. Number one top spot for me and my purchases this year is going to be, and that's going to be ProTech. Now I picked ProTech for a few different reasons. They do a lot of collaborations. They really are going out of the way to work with some smaller brands, and their quality is always top notch. That's one example. Oh, Godson, 1 second. Another one would be the Malibu. I think we can all say that the Malibu is top tier when it comes to button locks. USA made. This beautiful one is the Carry Commission one. Get a close look at this. Beautiful attention to detail. The knife, the quality is out of this world. Big fan of this. And my biggest knife purchase of all time was this one that came out this year, and that was the Oligarch. And this came out at Blade Show. I'm gonna let you take a look at this. This is the hardened steel billet handle with the mother of pearl inlay, Damascus blade, and one of the big reasons I really attribute me wanting to do more business with ProTech is because the man behind the brand, Dave Wattenberg. Dave Wattenberg is one of the most down-to-earth, salt-of-the-earth kind of guys. Very much does business by a handshake, at least in my experience. I've not done like knife business with him behind the scenes, but just as a consumer. I met him at the Blade HQ grand opening of their storefront. He showed me the prototype for the Oligarch, and I said, hey, when Blade Show Atlanta comes, I'm gonna get one. He's like, we'll have one for you. I wasn't able to get to that booth until the last hour of Blade Show Atlanta. He said, hey, I said I would have one for you. The guys went in the back and looked, and they just sold the last one right before I walked up. And I said, don't worry about it. My fault for coming in at the last hour. And he said, you know what? I've got this one right here. And what is the awesome part about this is I'm going to show you. And yes, I still have the price tag on it. I'm that guy. This is the prototype, and as far as I remember, there's only like 3 or 4 of these. Sinkovich has one, Tim Reeve has one, and I have one. He gave me a deal on it. Still my biggest knife purchase, but just the quality of the knives and the craftsmanship. They've bucked the trend of like getting imports or having some of their stuff made overseas. It's just still in the USA, still in-house. Just some really great quality knives. So ProTech is my #1 USA made knife company of 2024. So next up, my overall pick for just overall company, knife company in 2024, and that is going to be one. This might not come as a surprise to some people, but it's going to be NAFS. And NAFS is got a lot going for it as far as the things that I mentioned. The products are fantastic. There's a lot of thoughtfulness put into them, but also not being too serious, but allowing the customer to customize and pick things. They open source a lot of their scale designs. The people behind it, Ben is amazing. He's been part of my journey. You have Austin. He's a great guy. What they've done with the brand is awesome. And Athena, also the woman behind the brand. So the people are behind it. Their mission is great. I really respect what they're trying to do as far as being innovative, and I've seen how much they care about their products and bringing their vision to life behind the scenes. The emails that go back and forth, and they're tuning things to get it right, and I appreciate that. And their contributions to the knife community, I don't think can be overstated. From his time at Blade HQ to making the silly poster to jumping in full time on the brand of NAFS, Ben's kind of been bringing the community along with him. And that's something I greatly respect. They won Knife of the Year for Gear Junkie for the Lander 2. You guys know that I have a Lander 2. This is the blue sunburst aluminum scales, and recently I just reviewed this one, which is the clip point, and I've got it fully decked out now with the Lynch clip, the Westinghouse micarta bead. Just a beautiful, practical user. And like I said, there's a big part of getting a practical design, but also not taking themselves too seriously. So what they're doing, I mean, they try to source things, they try to get USA made stuff because people were asking for it. And I'm just a big fan of what they're doing, and I can't think of anybody else to really take that top spot in an overall capacity for my favorite knife brand of this year. And I've done business with them, and I will continue to do so. And yeah, so congratulations to NAFS. You guys are my #1 pick for knife brand of the year. And just a little cut in real quick before we get to the next category. Go to the NAFS YouTube channel. They do a great job of talking just industry news, really giving you a look behind the scenes of getting a product through production, some of the hurdles and obstacles they encounter. Sometimes they fall flat on their face, and they're very open about that. And it's informative, it's entertaining, it's a really well done show. I think it's just a good time. So if you get anything out of this, you know, buy from them and invest in the people because they've invested in the community. But if you're not there yet, at least go over to their YouTube channel, just NAFS, KNAFS. I'll link it down below. Yeah, I really like what they do when they talk to the community. So anyways, now we'll get to the next category. So this next category is going to be Best EDC Brand. Now this one was a little bit harder because I tend to kind of pick and choose from different brands for like my full EDC kit. But this one brand does it really well because their full catalog is amazing. But this is where I would love to hear your guys' suggestions. So if you guys could expand my scope of knowledge on this one, please down in the comments let me know. But my overall best EDC brand winner is Big Idea Design. Now these guys have the full catalog. They first being known for their pens is kind of where they've got it. They've got a great range of pens. They've expanded into folding knives, fixed blades, which you just saw here was the Lookout. Now this one is really special because it was a Blade Show West exclusive, made in the USA, in-house. They are starting to play around with their own knives, Magna Cut, and I love this knife. I actually just got a side note, Oak City Leather sheath, which shout out Oak City Leather. Go check them out on Instagram. He does amazing work. But they've gone into fixed blades. They've got really innovative multi-tools, from like little pocketable ones to interchangeable ones. Super innovative guys. And I got a chance to meet the team, just happenstance, at the last few Blade shows I went to. Their booth was right in the vicinity that I was working, so I was always going over there. They've got watches now, which I would love to upgrade, so that is probably going to be on the 2025 on list of things to upgrade to is the list. But super exciting, super innovative. They do backpacks. Like this is what I mean. They really encompass it all, and I don't know if there's anybody in the space doing it like they are. But if you get a chance to ever shop with them, check it out. You'll probably end up spending money, and I apologize to your wallet for that. If you go to a Blade show, meet the team. Super great people, super down to earth, based in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I hope that one day I can go down there and visit them. But yeah, best just overall EDC brand. I don't think anybody's coming close to what they're doing right now. But if you know of anybody, let me know. And some of their stuff will be included in this giveaway. So be on the lookout for that. Let's jump into the next category. Next category I want to look at is best new brand. And these are going to be brands that I think they're both just under 2 years old. I might be wrong. Correct me if I am. I'm pretty sure the honorable mention is. But these are two new-ish knife brands that are really kind of following those things that I talked about as far as the people behind the brand, the products, the mission, the commitment, the contributions to the community. So first up, I want to mention, which one do I want to do first? You know what? All right. So my honorable mention, I'm just kind of making this up as we go, is going to be a newer brand that is really focusing heavily on the executive lifestyle brand, and that is going to be Ocaso Knives. Look how slick that is. If you don't know about Ocaso Knives, it was founded by Rick Valdez. He is the owner of Ocaso, and he has 20 years of experience in the knife industry as an executive at Cold Steel before the selling, and I'm pretty sure that's public knowledge. Rick, if it's not, I'm sorry. But just as far as a person, Rick's awesome. So this is the one that we're looking at, is the Solstice. They've got a lot of great designs that focus in on this very just sleek kind of executive style. I'm going to kind of give you a preview of some of the things that they have going for them, but they've got just this Solstice is just super functional. If you like that small, slim EDC that you can carry around in the office or in a suit, they've kind of got you covered. It is a Demco design, I believe. Let me double check that. And that is correct. And the people behind the brand, him, his wife, and his team, they're doing a great job pushing it. And some of the other knives that they've got as well, like the Delos, is super duper like bougie, I guess you could say. They've got cool things like the desk knife. And if having a desk knife that also functions as scissors doesn't fit that executive feel, I don't know what does. But another thing I like about it is what they're doing is they're also kind of pushing the knife industry into a different sector that doesn't maybe get as much of the knife hobby, and that's that high-end executive, people who wear suits, who have to go to an office. There's a utility for a knife there, and really marketing and branding to that segment of the community will grow the community and bring in eyes on us and maybe different products that they wouldn't have. So, you know, it only takes that one knife to get you hooked, and I really like what he's doing and how he's geared his brand. A lot of brands don't know how to focus on what their vision of the brand is. Is it a lifestyle brand? Is it an outdoor brand? Is it a hunting brand? So on and so forth. And Rick really does have a vision on what his brand is, but he's also humble enough to realize that it evolves. So I had some great conversations with him. I think I met him a year ago at SHOT Show. So Ocaso Knives, if you haven't checked them out, please be sure to check them out. I'm a big fan, and yeah, so they are my honorable mention for best new knife company. Now, let's go over to my number one pick, Crispy Donut Community. And they've got a little bit of rebranding going on right now as well. They're kind of expanding their product base and their line of knives. But one thing I really love is these guys do some great designs. They've just did this collaboration. I just got this Raylight made Crispy Donut Community knife, or sorry, flashlight. And I love the pairing of these two. It's a great pair. But what I really like is they noticed a segment of the community that didn't take itself too seriously, that liked to have fun. And with a hobby like knives, where you've got a big segment that are like really big into hunting and outdoor and survival, going to that section of the community that maybe another company would make a one-off or a two-off of like the fun designs, they really leaned into that. And I really respect what they've done. I've got to know Drew and Luke on the sidelines on some projects, and I have not met two guys who are so committed to their community that they've built and bringing them the products that those guys want. I've seen these guys jump hurdle and obstacle, bend over backwards to make sure that they deliver on the promises and the ideals of what they're building towards. Even if it hits the bottom line, as long as they can make good on a promise, keep their customer happy. They're very transparent about the whole thing, and these guys are they're two guys that were friends, like knife friends online, who decided like, hey, let's start a knife company and really focus on this segment of the community. And they've done that, and they've built a great following. And if it doesn't get more community based than that, I don't know what does. So when talking about the products, and I'll give you a quick highlight of what they've got going for them. They have really just this whole EDC theme of having fun, you know, sprinkles and desserts and stripes. And like I said, I know they're in the process of working on some new designs and some new kind of branding to really grow the brand. And I'm really rooting for them, and I think you guys should be too. So if you can go ahead and support them, jump on over to their website, Crispy Donut Community. The guys are awesome, and so this will be part of the giveaway too. So I've got one of these. So number one new knife brand for me for this year is going to be Crispy Donut Community.
So those cover my top knife brands, EDC brands, new small brands of 2024 that I've had the pleasure of doing business with and that I've really enjoyed. So the next video will be my favorite other knife things, like knife accessories, like pocket clips and maintenance and sharpening and all that stuff. So that'll be the next video, and then I'm going to do like a favorite fixed blades of 2024, and that'll wrap up this little series and be followed by the giveaway. And the giveaway will be, like I said, on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, jump on over there, at Jack Farm Boy, and then there'll be a separate giveaway here. So a little bit of love for the Instagram people, a little bit of love for YouTube people. And I'll pick and choose and kind of get these categories together. So as always, thank you for watching. Also, thank you to everybody who's participating in the rat giveaway. There was a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, and awesome interactions over there. So appreciate all of you very much. Thank you for watching. Be on the lookout for the next video. And as always, have a good time. We'll see you in the next video.